Welcome everyone. I've decided that I'm going to play some old school Sonic the Hedgehog because I really enjoyed that as a kid. I was such just a Sega kid. Oh, you can play as Knuckles? That is cool. Start a new game. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of that old school Sonic goodness. And when I say that, I mean high definition Sonic goodness, because back in the day, we did not have widescreen, that's for sure. And we didn't have spin dash. So, and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 actually even wasn't my first Sonic game. It was Sonic and Knuckles, I think, was my first Sonic game. And my cousins had Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 was like the elusive one that nobody could ever find or get. So, you know, go figure. I loved Sonic. That was kind of my argument against Mario and saying how awesome the Mega Drive was, and look, I still appreciate Sonic today. And I'll take you through a little bit of that, but of course, it probably will reach a point where it's a little, to be blunt, so it'll be a little frustrating. But I'm gonna take y'all through as much of it as I possibly can, and we'll go from there. You can retry? That's awesome. I'll retry a few times from here, from time to time, and then we'll go from there, because otherwise I'm going to be stuck in these levels and you guys are going to find that a little bit woozy and boring. This is another game where I'm pleased I've waited until I've got the settings of my recording a lot better, because it would just look like garbage. It even still might look a little funky because of the speed it runs at. It's got blast processing and all that. But yeah, no, it's cool. And I think this is the way for me personally to play it, like high def, widescreen, looking good and such. Sneaky thing with the spin dash and all, because yeah, then at least I've got a little bit more of a opportunity to kind of, you know, actually show you guys what a half an hour playthrough of Sonic looks like. Again, the likelihood of me actually blasting through the whole game is pretty much nil. When it gets to later levels, I just get so frustrated, you know. But I love playing the earlier levels. So, and again, it's one of those games that I can play. Damn it! I can play comfortably, and you know, I know them a bit. This Sonic Origins compilation has been updated with some very interesting Game Gear games, from what I understand. I think it's DLC, but we'll see. So I kind of would like to explore them at some point. But for now, I just thought I'd start off with like the OG, the original Sonic, just to kind of show what it kind of looked like. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Don't mind me. Just zipped all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, it's funny, hey, like, I had Sonic and Knuckles. My mate had Sonic 1. My cousins had Sonic 2. So Sonic 3 really was the special, elusive, mysterious one that nobody really had, or people didn't want to have, because they'd kind of grown out of Sonic or whatever. You know? But you know, I love listening to Aaron Hansen's take on Sonic, how it's a game about going fast, but you've actually got to slow down, which is a bit poor design. And it's like, you know what? You know, I kind of get it. I kind of get where he's coming from. You know? Man, I always lose all my rings on this one, so I'm going to see what happens. And see if I can, Yep. Same movement every single time. Lose all my rings. As long as you hold on to that one ring, you're pretty. You're good, you know. Oh man. Okay, there goes that ring. So, oop. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed these games when I was younger. I really did. My favourite Sonic character was Knuckles, just because he was a brooding emo edgelord. So I actually got to watch the new Sonic the Hedgehog films, because I've seen the first one. The first one was really good. I want to see how Knuckles is in the second one, and then the third one's there, and Keanu Reeves is in it, and I freaking love Keanu Reeves. I think he's awesome, so I think that would be a treat to watch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much reason, for lack of, you know, if I'm being completely honest, to play these old Sonic games. So the fact that I can kind of record them and record my thoughts about them and bring you all along for the ride, you know, it's like, why not? As much as I loved Sega Mega Drive, to be honest, you know, when I really think about what games I really want to play for this channel, there's actually not that many. I played Streets of Rage 2, as you can see, for like really short burst episodes on the previous, you know, kind of thing. So it's, you know, I don't know if maybe like one episode of Golden Axe would be cool, just to kind of demonstrate what Golden Axe used to look like, maybe. But you know, it's a tough one. I do feel as if the Super Nintendo games definitely aged so much better. You know, Mega Drive games can be a bit of a mess, if we're being completely honest. Although, and I've said this a few times, I'm shocked how many like treasure games there are, meaning like the developer treasure. how many games they managed to get onto the Mega Drive. And it's so cool to like go back and see what, you know, what aspects they kind of brought over to Mischief Makers on the N64. You know, it's kind of, it's awesome to see. Oh wow, okay. I didn't expect that. I think this might be one of these compilations, but like one of these games, yeah, like the compilation itself, I guess, where that's so rude. It takes away like all your coins in this section, probably a bit on purpose, just to kind of raise your anxiety a little bit. That might come back to every now and again. Might be kind of cool. Like, this is a good example. Like, this is just the second level, and like already look how stressful it is. And the original Sonic didn't have the spin dash. You know, like, you just had to time that shiz. You know, like, and if you didn't time it right, there goes all your coins. If you didn't time it right again, you're dead. Like, there's a lot of unfair stuff in Sonic. Let's just say that. And look, there's a bit of unfair stuff in Mario too. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like Sonic had a bit more kind of trial and error. That was not smart of me. Had a bit more trial and error. Like, okay, that killed me. I need to, you know, not do that another time. And it's kind of like, I wonder though, like, you know, I should look at some of the museum stuff that they have available in this one. It's kind of like a little celebration of the old Sonic games, you know. Man, I might have to play a bit through Sonic Mania a bit. I actually haven't played much of all of Encore Mode in Sonic Mania, which is like the DLC. I would like to kind of play a chunk of that, and you know, but I feel like the original, from what I've played of Encore Mode, I kind of like the original playthrough better. So I don't know. Whoa, nope. Okay. Gives you a bit of a gap. That's cool. I do appreciate that they like created this compilation and they said, no, like, you know, we're gonna be on it. We're going to do it. We're gonna do it right. We're not gonna do the, you know, the normal aspect ratio. We're gonna make it nice and widescreen and make it look good. And it's like, yeah, and it does look good, you know. It's cool to see. You know, I blasted through Sonic Mania, but this particular game, because it's got like the story mode, which ties all those three games together: Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Which is like it's awesome, but man, I don't know if I've really got the effort or gumption to play through all 3 original Sonic games. Like, I don't know, they're really good, but man, they're challenging and unfair. And I think, you know, they give you a massive amount of lives from what I can tell, and they just let you go, and if you die, they just let you go. So that's excellent. I couldn't imagine if they just said, nah. You know, if they just said, no, you have to do it, and you have to do it legit. It'd be like, oh. So yeah. Yeah, I used to live in a town called, when I first got my Mega Drive, I used to live in a town called Brunswick, which is like, you look at a map of Australia, WA and Perth, then you go south, right? Then you go to that other place I used to live in, Binning Up, and then you go a little bit further south, and you go to Australind, right? Then you go a little bit inland for about 25 minutes, and then you got this place called Brunswick, and it's country, man. My parents owned a house there. My mum had and she still does to this day, but especially there, my mother had like not very good respiratory problems, like really bad, like breathing issues. And she told me like about a month ago, she was like, man, she goes, I felt like I was almost gonna die, and I was thinking to myself, well, if I'm gonna, she goes, this is how my mum is. She's very to the point, and she doesn't sugarcoat shit. Man, she doesn't, and I love that about her. She goes, if I'm gonna die, and I want to die by the ocean, you know. And that's when we moved towards the coast, and we moved to Binning Up, and that apparently really assisted with her respiratory stuff, being by the ocean, which is good. So yeah, I like Binning Up. Binning Up's a good place. Haven't been there for ages because there's nothing there. You go to Binning Up, it's a nice place to visit if you're travelling around WA. That's a bit unfair. You'll hear me say a lot in this playthrough. That's a bit unfair. You'll find at Binning Up a country club, a wood-fired pizza place, a deli which sells pretty damn good fish and chips, or used to at least, a golf course that is decrepit and I don't think anyone owns it now. Yeah. Oh, and that fish and chip shop slash deli slash is also like a petrol station. I think it's also a kind of like pseudo post office as well. The parcels get dropped off there, I think. Oh, and awesome beach. Oh, if you love beaches though, Binning Up's the place to go. It's lovely. And like, it's not busy. I assume I'm gonna go this way. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's like, you gotta slow down. That's the thing about Sonic Man. Oh, that was lucky. Give me that coin again. Is this gonna be one of those catharsis moments I talk about? Oh my goodness, come on. That's gonna have to be the tagline of my my channel is oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! has to be the tagline. Look at this! This is ridiculous. Like, the platforming in Sonic is just really challenging. It's doable, but it's like the way he moves is so... I don't know, man. Yeah, I wonder how that sort of looked on the original aspect ratio. It wouldn't have had that much room to move, I don't think. Yeah, there's a few... No bonus. It's a bit sad, isn't it? Don't give me the ding. You can give me anything. Come on. The music of... Wow, okay, don't mind me. The music of Sonic, I have to say, is very cool. Very Mega Drive. Far out. Very catchy, very funky. You know, I don't know about those rumors about how you know, Michael Jackson assisted in the composing a ton of the music for Sonic. I think that potentially a lot of the music is based off maybe Michael Jackson's music, and they may have asked him maybe verbally for permission, or his people asked for permission or whatever, and they said, oh yeah, whatever. You know, they probably went, yeah, it's, you know, it's a video game, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't think Michael Jackson sat down with them and said, now, you know, this is a good beat, you know, this is a good composition, or something. I personally can't see that. Hey, maybe I'm just rambling out of my, you know, rambling out of my ass, and people go, no, there's actual proof that he did. It's like, oh, okay, but I don't know. If it is still just a rumor, I say, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he you know, he as a bit of a big kid. Maybe he went, yeah. You know, maybe he said, oh yeah, you know, I'd love to play around with the, you know, Mega Drive synthesizers or whatever they used back in the day to produce whatever sound. Oh, my goodness. See? Like... Again, the quote has, oops! Although he was talking about 3D games when he was saying that, so that argument kind of is apt, but is not apt. So, I'm talking about like the sense of object permanence. Like Sonic would see, well, I guess he wouldn't actually, but that's just not fair. this whole episode at 25 to half minutes to half an hour is gonna be me bitching about how freaking unfair this game is. But you know what? I want to see, you know, how far I can get in half an hour on the first Sonic game, which is notoriously, as a platformer, a pretty unfair friggin' game. The first 2 levels, you can get the coins to get the Chaos Emeralds. How on earth? If you're not a, you know, if you're not a freaking Sonic master, how on earth are you supposed to have 50 coins at the end of each level? You know? And I've been playing with, like, on widescreen, with the spin dash, and all such. Like, far out, man. Just far out. Oh. See, this is where I'm just like, I'm not going to commit to anything. I'm not committing to playing these games all the way through, or even playing Sonic 2 or 3 for your all enjoyment. You know, it's just there's no way I would mentally be able to do it. You know, I really do. Any gamer that, like, decides, yeah, like, this is, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get good, and then I can go, yeah, and I can go on the internet, and I can say, this is how you beat this game level, whatever, really well. Like, it's funny. There was not a meme, like a question posed. I guess you could say a question posed on, I think it was Instagram or something, and it said, no, sorry, I think it was Reddit, and it said, oh, what game are you a master of? Whoa. I think that was supposed to happen, or maybe there's coins down there. Yeah, what game are you a master of? And people started posting all things like, oh, Mario Double Dash, Mario Kart, Age of Empires, completely completed I got really good at Dark Souls. Far out. And I thought to myself, you know, what game would I consider myself a master of? The only thing that really comes close, because I played the heck out of it and I didn't want it to end, was Ocarina of Time. But even that, as much as I know that game back to front, I would not consider myself a master of. I didn't, you know, I kind of want to go back because I didn't collect all the 200 Skulltulas or whatever the hell it was. 150 Skulltulas. Oh, I'm not going to say it. I've said it enough. It shows. It's the evidence is there. Yeah, like, I guess, yeah. Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'm good at. I loved Sonic and Knuckles, but I was terrible at it. I got 3/4 of the way through the game, and then I would get game over. I'd get really upset because I would commit like an hour and a half, 2 hours of my time to get in there, and then, you know, and there's no way I'm gonna do it again, you know. Mortal Kombat? No, I wasn't. You know, I mean, there was one day where, like, my sister had her birthday. It must have been like her 16th or something. So she had all her mates come. And I had a blast. Destroying all these guys. I was like 12 or something at the time, or like 11. And I just destroyed all of my sister's friends at Mortal Kombat 3. Just absolutely, and I was Sub-Zero, and I just kept doing the fatality where he freezes them and snaps them in half. And all of us, oh my goodness. So they were having a blast as well, though, because like they were like, who can beat this wizard, quote unquote, at Mortal Kombat 3? Well, you know, I wasn't a wizard. You know, they just didn't play Mortal Kombat 3. But back in the day, that was not what trendy kids would do. They wouldn't play video games. They would drink, take drugs, you know, socialise. It wasn't me, you know. Sorry, I just got to be quiet there for a second because I need a coin. Not a coin, a ring. A ring. Alright, we're again winding down to the end of this playthrough, so I'm going to give this a few more shots to just beat this level. And we'll go from there. So yeah, I wouldn't consider myself a master at Mortal Kombat. On that night, on that night I was. Compared to teenagers who have never played Mortal Kombat 3 or only played it a little bit. See, look at that. Far out, man. Yeah, my goodness and far out. That's good. Should be the taglines of this channel. I wouldn't consider myself a master at Pokemon because it's got so many levels to it. Pokemon. You know, like, there's just, you know, individuals who dedicate so much time to raising the perfect Pokemon. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No, like, look, I love Pokemon. I've got like a ton of Pokemon plushies and merch and all the Pokemon games, but oh, checkpoint, that's something. Oh, I thought I was gonna die then. I'm quiet because I'm thinking of like all the games that I had. Doom? No way is I a master at Doom. I loved Doom. No way would I consider myself a master at Doom. I guess in a way, like, that was, you know, it's a nice way I kind of approach games that works for me. Is, see, I had 50 coins. There all those coins go. Ha! Fun time. Yeah, see, this is the end of the playthrough. Ha! Because this is the half an hour. It's a good limit, right? Even if I reckon if I did like 3 10-minute episodes of this, I would get pretty PO'd. What other games was I obsessed with? Trying to think of games that I played for ages and such, and oh, it's a boss as well. That's kind of cool. Wow, I just waited for him to come down with a spike, didn't I? Oh, come on, really? I have to... Okay. I have to be honest with y'all. If I don't get rings before Robotnik, Eggman, the likelihood of me... Okay. You know what? Let's do it. Hard mode. Oh, he picks it up so fast. Oh boy. Oh, there's rings there. What? Can I get them? Hang on. Let me see. I can. Alright. 2 rings is all I need. Oh, that's actually nice they put that there. That is fair. Okay, that doesn't hurt you. That's good. Just concentrating now. And also thinking about like... Ooh. Oh boy, people. I mean, oh, okay, here's a thing. Okay. See, I'm getting impatient now. This is the thing. Ooh, okay. Just gonna take this. Just gonna take this nice and calm. Just gonna concentrate, you know? Come on. Oh, that second shot I'm doing is a bit risky. I don't know if I should be doing that, but it's fine. Okay. So, look. I'll think about it for another episode, but I don't think I was the master of any game, and that's how I just approached it. I didn't want to, like, sink too much time into stuff and whatnot. Anyway. You guys have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me on this nice little romp through these levels of Sonic. It gives you a good little picture of what Sonic was. And, yeah. Have a good one. Bye-bye.